Hey, happy Thursday. This is Jody Fisher from Jody Fisher Coaching, and I dabble in life coaching and fitness motivation. And I wanted to share with you today some strategies for eating well or better or good, however you say it. And I've been thinking about it because I have been struggling with eating myself. I don't know if it is the fall. I don't know if it is kids are back in school, and so as a stay-at-home mom, I have a little bit more freedom to eat without feeling like I have to be a role model all the time. I'm not sure what it is. Hey, Charity, how are you today? Charity, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, please? So, I've been struggling with eating well, and that makes it, it's sort of hard to be a fitness motivator when you struggle, but we're not perfect, and I guess that's the point. Nobody's perfect, but we try to learn how to be better. We try to learn how to eat well most of the time, right? So that saying, like, you are what you eat, right? So I am a recovering pizza-aholic. I am sure I'm still about 80% pizza, and I've been trying to replace one bite at a time my pizzaism with salad. So I've had to find a love for salad, but it's not always easy. Knowing that you have to make certain choices in food doesn't always mean that you make them, right? We have a lot of reasons why we don't eat well. If you're on live, or let's say you're watching the recording, thank you very much, I appreciate it. But go ahead and give me the raise the roof sign. Do you struggle? Even though you need to eat better, do you still struggle eating well? I know I do, and I get in funks with it. I get in funks with that. Thank you. So here are I said that this video is going to be about strategies for eating well, but we know what to do. We know what to choose. There are easy swaps, right? There are no quick fixes, but maybe it will help you to know what you're doing when you don't eat well, so that you can recognize maybe the reasoning that you give yourself. And notice I didn't say excuse, because that has a negative connotation, but notice that I said reasoning. We reason with ourselves. We reason ourselves right out of eating a salad. So, hey Karen, how are you today? So here are some strategies we use to not choose the proper nutritious food over that pizza that, yeah, it's really good. Or, even this time of the year, we say that things are, like that pumpkin spice. We act like pumpkin spice is not around all year long, and then we give ourselves permission because, right, it's limited edition, like candy corn. We go crazy over candy corn, and yet it's around all year long. It might not be in your face like 3,000 bags in the candy aisle right there at the cap, but it's there all year long. So, and I know it is because they bring it out in August for the fall. So we all know that pumpkin spice is around all year long. You don't have to give into it. So here are some of those strategies, some of those reasonings we give ourselves. So we do the, it's sort of like a morality game, right? Like, I've been so good and perfect. I have a halo around my head that I can treat myself with this extra slice of whatever is fantastic, right? And we do it with working out too. I worked out today, so I can have 3 slices of pizza. Or I ran a mile, so I can have 3 slices of pizza. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? So Dorothy, I was just saying that we use this moral reasoning of how good we've been to excuse ourselves for picking something that's not so great for us to eat. And I just used the example of running. You were just in my running group. So, one of the things I said in there is you run, but that really doesn't give you permission to eat more. Like a run is a run, it's a workout, but you have to eat well all the time. And we have to choose on food all day long, right? We have to choose 5 or 6 times a day that we will eat well. You only have to choose once to work out. So unless you're extreme diehard, Charity, you're still on here, I know. You like to really work out. So that's one of the reasons we do. We have moral reasoning, like I am so good, or I did something so special that I can now have something to eat. We also do this like tomorrowism. We do this, well, I'll be not so great today, but tomorrow I'll be on my game. Or tomorrow I'll start the diet. And like tomorrow doesn't have to actually be tomorrow. Tomorrow can also be like next week or next month. So, and Gretchen Rubin, if you guys haven't heard of this author, this book, Better Than Before, is like where she talks about a lot of these reasonings that we do, and I really highly recommend it. It's so great. It talks about character and habits. But yeah, so tomorrowism. We tell ourselves like, we'll be bad today, but tomorrow we will not be so bad. And okay, here's a third one. And the reason I tell you this is, like I said, we all really know how to eat, and we all know what choices to make with our food, but we get into these funny logic circles where we talk ourselves out of it. And so if we can recognize what those funny logic circles are, you can catch yourself next time. Like, oh, do you see what you're doing there? Like you're giving yourself permission and you're using this reason. I also want you to know that you're not alone. We all do this. And these are all things that I swear I've used in the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, the morality one, like being good today, like if I worked really hard and I got all my work done, then I could have a scoop of ice cream. And I don't even like ice cream, but I had felt like I had to treat myself. Or the tomorrow thing. So I started a new program 2 weeks ago. And so I thought, well, tomorrow I'm taking measurements. So today I can have whatever I want to eat. And then the last one, and this one is not quite as sensical, but the last one is you give like these 2 options that really aren't related, but it's making the reason why you can't eat well. So you might say like, well, I need to eat a salad, but I'm in a hurry. Really? You can eat the salad, right? Or, I mean, gosh, they really don't even make sense. I have to go run errands, so I can't have a salad because I can't eat that in the car. All right, so things like that, like things that you're just like really grasping, like what sort of reasoning can I make up so that I can eat whatever I want and then I don't feel guilty about it? And here's the thing, I think another thing to help us make good food choices is sometimes all the food choices aren't great, right? And you can't really knock yourself down for that. Just recognize it for what it is. And then on the very next food choice, which is probably coming up in 2 hours, make a good choice. Don't beat yourself up, because what we very often do is like use the same thing that makes us feel bad to make us feel better. And I know that doesn't make sense saying it like that, but let's say you're feeling bad about your body image because you haven't had a great diet. What's the way you make yourself feel better when you're feeling bad about your body? Anybody? Anybody out there do this too? Because I do it. You eat junk. I feel bad about my body, so I think I'm gonna go binge on whatever it is. And I have binged on old stale cereal in my pantry. So just keep that in mind. We have these logics that we go through to give ourselves permission for so much. And I think if we recognize them, then we stop doing it. But also, when you do make a poor choice, or let's say it's like a lot of people say, c'est la vie, like it's my birthday, I'm gonna celebrate. Okay, it's your birthday, celebrate. That is great. But let's say you went out for your birthday and you were gonna be good, and then on the spur of the moment, you make up one of these like reasons, and in the moment you cave and choose poorly, like that's what you need to stop. If you start your birthday day and say, okay, today I'm going to enjoy to the fullest, I'm going to have no guilt, this is great. Fantastic. It's just when you don't hold through. That's all. So I hope that helps you guys. That is what I'm trying to remind myself as I struggle with the fall season and with having more freedom as a stay-at-home mom and not having like little eyes peer at me all the time. Like, did you just go eat some marshmallows? Did you just have this? You know, you can't get away with anything with kids. So as our kids go back to school, I think we struggle a little bit more too. Anyways, so have a wonderful Thursday. Recognize these strategies as we use them, and then remember to forgive yourself and jump back in with the next great decision on food, and you will be in the right direction. See you later.